Now with the hit song made famous by the heavy metal band Black Sabbath, ladies and gentlemen, it's the Husky Pride Band and Paranoid. The Hamilton High School Husky Pride Marching Band is under the field.
Too much meat. Oh yeah, no, we can move. We just want the Husky thing in the center. Hello and welcome. Coming to you live from Jerry Loper Field in Chandler, Arizona, the site of Hamilton High School's game tonight versus Tolleson. Teams just left the field after pregame warm-ups. Should be coming out shortly. While we wait for the Huskies to take the field, we'll take a look at what it looks like a step in someone's shoes. We stepped and interviewed Mr. Miner, a teacher that's been here since the year Hamilton opened.
Sections of that. I volunteered to teach the fundamentals of physical science because I believed there was a need for something offered other than chemistry or physics for some of our students. I didn't feel that chemistry and physics was a fair class for them, since many of them have no interest in going into a professional or a medical career where they would really need these subjects. When my daughters were little girls, my oldest one came home one day and told me, asked if she could play t-ball. And then she asked, what is t-ball? I ended up getting involved with Chandler Girls Softball League. I was involved in it very heavily for a number of years, vice president, president of the league, and whatnot. But what I found was I very much enjoyed my summertime working with the girls, teaching them to play softball. So after I blew out one of my knees in a construction accident and had to get a new line of work, I decided that I would go and get a teaching credential, and that way maybe I could continue with coaching softball. This is my, this is my 24th year teaching. I started over at Willis Junior High School. I was there for 2 years. Then when the 9th grade class was transferred to Chandler High, there were 18 of us at Willis that got transferred to Chandler High, essentially the freshman teaching staff. Of those 18, I believe 15 of us came on to Hamilton High School the next year when it opened. Teaching at Hamilton has basically made me younger, aside from when I dyed my hair gray and everything, but I feel like being around the young people in the student body, it gives me energy that I didn't necessarily have before. So I'm able to literally draw some of my energy from my students. So in that aspect, I feel that teaching at Hamilton has made me healthier, and therefore I will probably live longer because of it. I'm delighted at what I do. I love my job. I don't consider it a job because I haven't gone to work yet. And I've been doing this for, like I said, 24 years. Before that, I worked construction out in the hot sun day in and day out and whatnot. This isn't work. I enjoy what I do, and I get paid to be around bright young people and play with high-tech toys. This isn't work. Work's out there in the hot sun.
Wow, what a guy. He really loves his job, and we love and appreciate his dedication to our school. Huskies are getting ready to take the field. About 7 minutes, 20 seconds till game start. It's youth football night here at Jerry Loper Field. Youth teams, football teams from around the city are invited to come with their kids and wear their jerseys and enjoy the game from the sidelines. We take a look back to last week. Hamilton took on Arborview in Las Vegas, Nevada, out-of-state matchup. Hamilton secured their first win of the season with new quarterback Peyton Poe starting over.
Please make it a point to stop in and thank these wonderful meal sponsors and other sponsors for taking great care of our Husky football teams.
Hamilton looks all set to go in their famous helmet tunnel walk.
Attention to the south end zone as the Hamilton Huskies prepare to enter the field. Coming off a big victory against a third-ranked Nevada school, Arborview, last week, 23-17. Seven-time state.
And here are your 2018-2019 season Hamilton Huskies. Charge led by team tackle leader number 43 Ryan Guerrero and new defensive tackle starter number 99 Donovan Korn. So Isaac, if we take a look back to our first game of the season, we definitely had a completely different roster and setup as we do now. So looking at it now, Peyton Poe is our starting quarterback. Shanks has moved to receiver, which is a huge asset for our team with that 6'3" build and his ability just to go up and jump and get nearly any ball in his range. And Peyton Poe looked incredible last game in Arborview, taking on a very tough opponent and still putting up 210 passing yards in his first ever start as a Hamilton varsity player.
Yeah, I agree with you, Colin. Peyton Poe is a real good asset for this team, and they did really well against Arborview when they really needed him there. And I feel like he can make a great play and a great team chemistry here for Hamilton as a starter, as a QB.
Yeah, Peyton Poe's been in the system since a freshman and has played QB all 4 years. He's really comfortable with the system and with everything going on, and he should do completely fine. There shouldn't be any worries with him.
I agree.
At the north end zone, you will notice a lone seat placed for our prisoners of war and those missing in action from all branches of service and from all wars. They are not with us tonight. Their chair is empty, but saved for their hoped return. Let us remember their absence tonight and every night, as they are too often forgotten. Let us remember them. At each home game, you will see our imprisoned and missing Patriots' empty chair at the north end zone of the field. Each time you do, please take a moment to remember them. They will remember what we do.
Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us today at Jerry Loper Field in Chandler, Arizona, where our Hamilton High will take on Tolleson High School from Phoenix, Arizona. Just finished our national anthem. New tradition for the Huskies, the Seed of the Fallen Soldier, brought out to the field to represent all the lost ones at war, fighting for our country. Team captains for Hamilton will be number 62, Jared Terry, number 36, John DeMore, number 41, Drew Fritz, and number 38, Patrick Ortega. Tolleson just now takes the field.
38, Aiden Harrison, 41, Drew Fitz, and number 62, Jared Fear. And let's welcome the Tolleson Wolverines onto the field from the Tolleson School District.
So while we wait for the coin toss, talk a little bit more about the roster shakeups we've seen in the last several weeks for Hamilton. At D-line, our starting defensive tackle, Noah Miller, received a pretty serious injury in the second week. Will not be starting today. Replacement for him will be number 54, James Honer, also known by his screen name, Starkill Y2K. Big inside joke in the team. James Honer has his own YouTube channel and streams games and plays video games for everyone to enjoy.
Defending the north end zone, and we're minutes away from kickoff.
Looks as if Hamilton has won the toss and deferred. They will kick off to Tolleson to start the game. As Tolleson takes the field, we can take a look at some of their big playmakers for the past several weeks. Number 2, Corey Barnes, starting at quarterback for Tolleson. So far this season, averaging 146.5 passing yards per game, and also 146.5 total yards per game. Sacks have not affected his total yards. Seems to keep himself off the ground there in the pocket.
Christian deep to receive for the Wolverines.
Also a huge asset for Tolleson, number 25, Arnell Christian, starting running back, junior. So far this season, averaging 127 rushing yards per game. Number 98, Daniel Obarski, looks to kick and start the game for Hamilton. And we're off. Tolleson fields the kick. Covers a lot of ground, but does not get a whole lot of net yardage there. Running laterally across the field.
Valdez Garcia takes the kickoff back before he's stopped by number 15, Merriweather.
Tackle on the play by senior number 15, Emil Merriweather. Sorry. Also been with the program since freshman year. Tolleson looks to start their drive from their own 13-yard line.
Number 2, Corey Barnes, starting quarterback tonight for the Wolverines.
Number 2, Corey Barnes, takes a snap, throws short right, incomplete. Will be 2nd and 10 from the 13.
2nd and 10.
Seemed to be a short dump route to one of the Tolleson receivers, which he did not catch near the sideline. Will be an incomplete pass. Start of the third down.
Tolleson comes to the line, looking to get something going on this opening drive. Hamilton defense showing strong. Pass is nearly picked off.
Seemed to be a bit of a mix-up there as the QB had to roll out of the pocket to look at his options, in which he did not see a receiver.
Yeah, you know, that's a really tough play for any quarterback at any level to make. A right-handed quarterback rolling out to their left side has to turn their momentum all the way across their body to be able to throw that ball accurately. And still, it's rare you see a perfectly accurate throw rolling to the left from a right-handed quarterback.
As you see, Javen Wright lined up in the backfield ready to return this punt. It is a high soaring punt. Seems to bounce out of bounds.
Miguel Morales' punt goes out of bounds. The Huskies will start 1st and 10. Nice punt by Morales. 46-yard punt with no return puts the Huskies 1st and 10, 41-yard line.
Tolleson's punt goes 46 net yards. Hamilton will take over at the 41-yard line, sorry. We finally get to see our first action out of quarterback Peyton Poe in his home stadium. Started his first game last week in Las Vegas, Nevada against Arborview, where they won the game 23-17. Peyton Poe's first pass is complete. Number 16, Caden Hattendorf on the catch.
Peyton Poe goes over the middle to number 16.
Pass is good for about 5 yards. Will be 2nd and 5
Picks up 5, 2nd and 5.
from the 46-yard line.
Mo Parson gets it out towards midfield. Picks up a couple more.
Rush attempt by Mo Parson. Gets stopped shortly past the line of scrimmage.
On the tackle for the Wolverines.
Will be about a 3rd and 3 from the 48-yard line for Hamilton. Toss right to number 11, Mo Parson. Picks up about 7 or 8 yards. Will be good enough for a Husky first down.
Now there's something you haven't seen in a while. QB goes under the center, as we've seen in our first game, as that everything seemed to be more of a shotgun game there, as he seemed to be more passing instead of a toss.
Yeah, you know, Peyton Poe is definitely more of a traditional NFL-style quarterback. Really likes to sit in the pocket. Can be mobile if needed, but not necessarily his preferred situations.
As you see him here going in shotgun as he throws out a dump pass, which is taken down the sideline for a good Husky first down.
And actually on that play, we see number 13, Peyton Poe, pass to former quarterback, number 8, Brandon Shanks. Number 8, Brandon Shanks, started quarterback for the Huskies the first 2 games of the season. Has now switched over to wide receiver. Played wide receiver in JV for the Huskies. Did it incredible there. His tall build really just gives him just such an advantage over the defense, being able to go and reach any ball in his direction.
Seemed to be a QB read there as he gives it to the halfback, which is a sweep option out. That'll be good for another Husky first down.
Picks up about 15 there. You know, what we've seen so far of this opening drive, our O-line is really creating holes for running backs to get through and go through. We have a new center starting today, number 51, Ryan Castillo. He's a junior, his first start as a varsity Husky.
Now it seems to be the same play off to the left side on the opposite side.
Number 87, Shamir Wilson, first one in on the tackle. the carry. Shanks picks up 4 on the carry. 2nd and 6.
Peyton Poe takes a snap. Quarterback Reed takes it up the middle. And that'll be good enough for a Husky first down. Peyton Poe and the entire Hamilton offense really getting it done on the ground so far.
Yeah, that seems something more the coaches have been looking forward to do is build up their run game. That was something we weren't able to see their first game of the year as they were getting stuffed the whole entire game up the middle and off the outsides. But it seems this time they have been setting a tone on the ground game with their halfback, Mo Parson.
Speaking of stuff there, Mo Parson takes a run up the middle, gets stopped just at the line of scrimmage.
Seemed to be a fake halfback draw as the quarterback rolled out to the right side, throwing to the receiver for a good touchdown for the Huskies.
Touchdown's going to be by number 27, Jalen Lewis, identical twin brother of number 26, Justin Lewis, on the team, a running back for the Huskies. That'll also be Peyton Poe's first home passing touchdown of the season. Extra point by number 98, Daniel Obarski, is good. Score is your Huskies 7, Tolleson 0 with 8 minutes and 21 seconds left in the first quarter. You know, off those first 2 drives, really see Hamilton's really setting the tone off the start, stuffing Tolleson, not allowing them to, just forcing them to go 3 and out on their opening drive, and taking, the punt and taking that all the way down the field almost without hesitation.
Yeah, that's more of an attitude Hamilton here wants to set for their high school football season. You can see they struggled a little bit on defense their first game of the year at Hamilton. It came to be a nail-biter at the end, which they lost in overtime, but we seem to have a different attitude and different tone set here, scoring on their first opening drive.
Yeah, I think the new roster changes might have an effect on that. We haven't even seen our transfers become eligible in the 5th week, so our big transfer, number 7, Nick Arve, junior quarterback, is not able to play yet. But yeah, with these roster changes, we're seeing a lot of the non-starters play, and they're just doing an incredible job so far. Really shows how everyone on this Hamilton team is equipped to do whatever job is demanded of them. The new rule in place for high school football, any kick that goes into the end zone in any way, whether it lands or not, will automatically be ruled a touchback. Ball will be placed at the 20-yard line for Tolleson. Isaac, that's a new rule we've seen implemented this year. The league's really trying to cut down on these unnecessary injuries. Kickoffs are by far the biggest risk plays that players have to endure. You have 2 players running almost the length of the field at a full sprint against each other, just waiting to collide. You see big hits and you see a lot of injuries on kickoffs. So it's really great that they're taking the player's safety into mind with the new rules implemented this year.
I agree. That's a very smart choice made by the referees and the commission for Arizona. Seemed to be a handoff by Tolleson up the middle, stuffed for no yardage.
Run was by number 25, Arnell Kristen. Tackle by number 21, Jeremiah Trojan, a junior on this team who's really, he's been on varsity since a sophomore. Just a great guy to have in the locker room and the sidelines, a natural leader, and his work ethic is just impeccable. So to see him getting out there and getting playtime is just great.
Yeah, he's a real workhorse, and it shows there on the field as he's a big playmaker for Hamilton this year.
Tackle on that play by number 43, Ryan Guerrero. Short pass out right. Will be 3rd and 6 from the 24-yard line. Tackle on that play was by number 43, Ryan Guerrero, who is averaging a whopping 12.7 tackles per game so far. He alone has accounted for 14 total % of the team's tackles. Really just a force to be reckoned with there, playing at middle linebacker for Hamilton. Going to be a timeout Hamilton on the play.
Huskies call their first time out of the first half.
Both teams retake the field. Tolleson looks to convert their first down of the night.
Thank you all for being here and all your families. Hope you had a good week at cheerleading camp.
It's going to be a pass attempt by number 2, Corey Barnes, rolling out to his left again, trying to make that really difficult throw. Just slips through the fingers of the receiver. Will be 4th and 6 from the 24. Tolleson looks to punt. You know, and another thing Tolleson has to keep in mind, number 3 returning for Hamilton, Javin Wright, just an absolute phenom on the field. He's senior coming in at 6'3", 195. Just an absolute big force. You do not want to be in his way when he's returning that ball. So we expect to see Tolleson to try and keep the ball away from him as much as they can.
Yeah, he's a real threat in the backfield when you give him the ball.
Maybe familiar with his father, Toby Wright, former Nebraska Husker and Los Angeles Ram. Played several years in the NFL and is now coaching for Hamilton. He looks to take in his father's footsteps, talking to him on the sideline right now, actually.
Huskies will start 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Huskies will start the drive from the 28-yard line during a shank punt by Tolleson. Great field position for Hamilton to start with.
You see him in shotgun spread formation with the halfback. Yeah, that'll be a halfback draw up the middle.
That's number 22, Sebastian Dorman, taking it inside the 5 for Hamilton. Junior running back, just an absolute beast in the weight room, and it really shows there, going right up the middle and not being taken down easily whatsoever.
Touchdown saving tackle by Andre Johnson, but the Huskies are right back at the goal line, 1st and goal. Inside the
Tackle is going to be made by number 10, Andre Johnson, a two-way player for Tolleson. Hamilton hands the ball to Sebastian Dorman again. He's going to take it in for a Husky touchdown.
And Dorman gets to the carry again. Dorman takes it in from 3 yards out.
We see him hoisted up there, the famous move by Dylan McGinnis. Saw that move a lot out of his brother, who also played right tackle and wore number 77, Hunter McGinnis, who graduated last year. Was with the program of Hamilton for all 4 years. Now is a walk-on at Wichita State. The starting for them there is doing great. Kick by number 98, Daniel Obarski is good. Score will be 14 Hamilton, Tolleson 0. With 6 minutes, 23 seconds left in the first quarter. Isaac, with some of the roster changes we're seeing a lot of players being able to forced to play more snaps than usual. For example, number 54, James Honer, or Starkill Y2K, has to do kickoff coverage and starts a defensive tackle. And our defensive tackle is an incredibly challenging position to play. It takes so much effort, so much conditioning, and so much work to be able to do. It's great to see him be able to do both ways. Also a great beast in the weight room, which will help greatly with that.
I really agree there. He's a real maverick, something you can really count on. I agree he'll have no challenge here being able to do both way on the kickoff and defensive tackle. He's a bit of a workhorse.
Yeah, he's one of those quiet kids on the team that he really proves himself in his actions, not his words.
Yeah, actions speak louder than words.
Kickoff goes through the back of the end zone. We see that powerful leg out of the number 2 kicker in the nation, Daniel Obarski, a multi-sport athlete playing goalie for Hamilton's soccer team, right wing for Hamilton's hockey team, and obviously kicker and punter for Hamilton's football team. Daniel Obarski is also a great asset, great team guy. Just someone you want to be around on the team. Really kind of holds the team together in a way, the leader of the special teams. We see big things in Daniel Obarski's future.
They said they can hear each other down there. Okay. We can't go down.
Both teams take the field after the kickoff. Speaking of that D-line with number 54, James Honer, we have number 99, Donovan Corn, moving over to defensive tackle. Leaving the end work to number 52, Derek Porter, and number 36, John DeMore. Number 25, Arnell Kristen on that run. Huge run up the middle for about 20 yards to Tolleson. Will be Tolleson's first down of the night.
That was a good push by the offensive line, creating a hole for the running back to go up through. Hopefully we'll be able to see a lot more of that tonight for Tolleson's side. As they change out players here.
Let's wait for the substitutions. We can look at number 42, Ian Vandenbrooks, safety for Hamilton. His first start as a varsity Husky, sorry. We need a wide receiver sweep right. Number 10, Andre Johnson, two-way threat for Tolleson, with a huge run for Tolleson there.
Reverse to one of the captains, Andre Johnson. Ian Vanderbrooks forces him out.
Speaking of Ian Vanderbrooks, we see him make his first tackle as a varsity Husky, stopping that potential touchdown run there by number 10, Andre Johnson.
You see Tolleson lined up in shotgun formation here with two backs set. It is a halfback draw and he cut back. He will be stuffed and will be swarmed by a number of Huskies.
Tackle will be credited to number 45, Nathan Zimmerman. Another senior starting linebacker for Hamilton. We see Dustin Smith, number 24, linebacker for Hamilton, take his first start as a varsity Husky. Big sack on the play by Hamilton D-line. Tackle by number 21, Jeremiah Trojan. We'll make it a 3rd and very long for Tolleson from the 39-yard line, looking to put their first points of the game on the board.
You see lined up in shotgun formation with 2 back set. He rolls out to the left, throwing across his shoulder to a receiver that is covered by Hamilton for no gain. Incomplete pass.
Number 24, Dustin Smith on the cover.
You know, we wonder if Tolleson seeing something in the Hamilton defense, forcing their quarterback, number 2, Corey Barnes, to make a lot of plays rolling out to his left. Haven't seen him roll out to the right very much, a much easier throw for a right-handed quarterback. They must see something, a matchup perhaps they like on the Hamilton defense, going to the left side of the field very often.
Yeah, I agree with you, Colin. Seems to be much of a strategy there by Tolleson, only rolling out to a favorable one side.
Going to be 4th and 12 from the 39-yard line. Be a very long punt, or a very long field goal, sorry. They look to punt to Hamilton. Booming kick. Just barely gets into the end zone for Hamilton. Almost touched by number 3, Javin Wright, which made it a live ball. Would have been very bad for Hamilton having a live ball with a Tolleson defender right in range around the 3-yard line. Would have given Tolleson the ball with a very easy scoring opportunity. Number 3, Javin Wright, catches a break there as he escapes without touching the ball. And Tolleson is not able to touch the ball before it goes in the end zone. Hamilton will come out of that unscathed. We'll start the drive from their 20-yard line.
Seems here that Hamilton's lined up in shotgun formation with a halfback set. He rolls out to his left. Peyton looking for an open receiver.
Juggling catch made there by number 8, Brandon Shanks. Not able to get his feet in bounds.
Close pass goes incomplete.
Will be 2nd and 10 from the 20 for Hamilton. About 3 minutes, 35 seconds left in the first quarter here at Jerry Loper Field. Your score is Hamilton 14, Tolleson 0.
Seems here that the offense is set in a spread formation with all the receivers out.
Quarterback's alone in the pocket. Pocket collapse, steps up. Fumble on the play. Appears to be recovered by Tolleson. We'll see the calls from the field.
Fumble on the play, big play by
Tolleson does indeed recover the fumble. A huge break for Tolleson after having a rough start offensively on the night. They'll take over on downs on Hamilton's 28-yard line. That's great field positioning for Tolleson. Already almost in field goal range. They look to put some points on the board, keep the game close.
Let's see if Hamilton's defense is able to make a stop here and keep them to at least a minimum of a field goal.
Big stop there by left end, number 36, John DeMore. Coming across to make that tackle, stuff him at the line of scrimmage. However, he does fall forward for a few yards. Will be 2nd and 7 from Hamilton's 24-yard line.
Quarterback seems to go under the center here with the halfback in the back, about 7 yards. Motion by the receiver. Seems to be a halfback toss here as he cuts back up the middle. Stuffed.
Flag on the play. Will likely be a holding against Tolleson. However, we'll wait for the call on the field.
Christian gets it before he's tackled by number 43, Ryan Guerrero.
Ryan Guerrero with another tackle on the night, adding to his incredible stats total so far for this year.
Third, we'll call it 5, just outside the 20.
Seems that the penalty flag has been declined. Tolleson will have 3rd and 5 from Hamilton's 21-yard line. Quarterback number 2, Corey Barnes, in the shotgun formation with number 25, Arnell Kristen.
Seems to be a quarterback draw.
Barnes keeps it himself, and that's Jeremiah Trojan for the stop. Brings up a 4th down. Trojans.
Quarterback run there by number 2, Corey Barnes, stopped by number 21, Jeremiah Trojan.
And it looks like the Wolverines will be going for it, 4th and 4.
Wolverines are going to test their luck here, going for it on 4th and 4. Play stopped will be a timeout by Hamilton.
Timeout Huskies, that's our second of this first half. There's a minute 43 left in the first quarter.
Hamilton's used 2 of their 3 timeouts already in the first quarter. Looking to get a good defensive scheme for the 4th down attempt by Tolleson from the 21-yard line.
On this side of the field, there's
Tolleson very close to the end zone, however, electing not to kick the field goal. Already being down by 14 points, they look to score a touchdown and bring it within a score game. Play will resume here in a second. About a minute 43 left in the first quarter. Your score, Hamilton 14, Tolleson 0. Pass on the play. Number 2, Corey Barnes throws out left. Catch is made will be enough for a Tolleson first down.
Barnes finds number 10, Andre Johnson.
Risky play for Tolleson pays off there.
First down for the Wolverines.
They convert on a 4th and 4, almost in Hamilton's red zone.
Now let's see if we can capitalize off this first down. Let's see if they can get a touchdown.
Ball will be at the 13-yard line, 1st and 10.
Seems to line up in a shotgun formation with 2 halfbacks set in the back. Receiver motion.
Huge tackle by number 43, Ryan Guerrero, a force to be reckoned with on this Hamilton defense. Takes the bubble screen outright to number 25, Arnold Kristen, and pummels him into the ground in the backfield.
Big play for the Husky defense, and that backs it up outside the 20-yard line.
See, that will make Tolleson's goal a lot harder here to score as they're being pushed back out of the end zone.
Brings it back to the 24-yard line.
It's actually going to be farther back than the original 4th down play, the 24-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 10 for Tolleson. Fullback dive for Tolleson, stuffed right at the line by that Hamilton defensive front.
Ball goes to the fullback, Nicholas Landing. Runs right into the defensive line of the Huskies, including 99, Donovan Korn.
It's going to be the end of the first quarter here at Jerry Loper Field in Chandler, Arizona, home of Hamilton High School. For those of you just tuning in, score will be 14 for Hamilton and 0 for Tolleson. Hamilton taking a commanding start in the first quarter. Tolleson looks to put some points on the board to keep the game close here. It's going to be a 3rd and 18 attempt here from Tolleson to start the second quarter. Ball will be on the 22-yard line. Now here for Tolleson, we probably expect them to take either a really short screen route and try to run it in, or they might try to go for the end zone, considering there's only 4 yards between the pie line and the first down marker. Going to be hard to try and get just a first down.
take a look here and see if Hamilton's great defensive backs and their linemen can stop him here.
No safeties back for Hamilton, a full-out blitz. We see that screen play mentioned before.
Screen pass, number 3, Jaden Wright right there. Ball gets knocked up in the air.
Pass going to be incomplete for Tolleson. Will be 4th and 18 from the 22.
James Hunter.
Takes a mere 4 seconds off the clock. 11 minutes and 50 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Tolson's going to go for it on 4th down here. Number 2, Corey Barnes rolls out right, barely gets a throw off. Huge pass breakup on the play by Hamilton. Very physical pass breakup for Hamilton, should say.
There seems to be a player down.
4th down play, Jameer Brown knocks it away.
Going to be a Hamilton defender down on the play.
Injured player, but full brain down in the field.
As the Hamilton defenders evaluated, take a look at one of our stories. Now introducing Michael Turcotte, or Chef Mike, as he's known around campus. He's been super fun around campus, and we just love him here. Let's take a look at what's stirring up in the kitchen.
Senior defensive back.
I'm the culinary arts instructor at Hamilton High School. I teach Culinary 1 program here at Hamilton. Been doing this for 5 years. As far as the impact that Hamilton has had on me, this is the first time that I've ever taught in a traditional facility. It was a little bit different for me to kind of gain those 50-minute classes and shorten my time with the kids, but I have found ways to be extremely impactful in their learning. One of the things that Hamilton has really done for me is shown me how to be far more diverse in what I do and how to handle students from multicultural backgrounds and help me be able to process their cultures into my program as far as their foods are concerned. Yeah. The most exciting part of my job would be that child's aha moment. When you spend time talking to the kids and training them and teaching them and showing them, and when everything clicks together and they finally understand what concept we're teaching, that aha moment makes me feel like I've accomplished that. Not only that, but the return of former students who come back to me to tell me how some of my lectures have impacted their lives, from teaching them how to write a resume, filling out W-2 forms, to just simple life skills that they're appreciative to learn during the process of my class. Join in, look into culinary arts. It's one of the most exciting programs. We get involved with a lot of other things that are out there. We work with local chefs at their hotels, and you know, the kids really do have a good time. So join culinary.
He is such a cool guy and an amazing teacher. Hamilton encourages everyone to sign up for culinary. Have Chef Mike, first-year teacher here for a culinary program. Speaking from experience, you will not regret it. Hamilton takes the field. Poe hands off to, believed to be number 11, Mo Parson, up the middle for a short gain. Will be number 11, Mo Parson, on that carry.
Seem to be swarmed by a crowd of white jerseys from Tolleson.
Peyton Poe takes a snap, rolls out right, looking downfield. He's going to take the ball himself, reversing field. Something we don't see often out of Poe, taking the ball for a run.
Good enough for a first down here.
Going to be about a 10-yard gain on the quarterback scramble there by Peyton Poe. Ball will be at the 25-yard line for a Husky 1st and 10. Haven't seen a lot out of star receiver number 2, Brendan Rice, so far this game. Another rollout right by quarterback Peyton Poe. Pass completed at the sidelines. Number 9, Zachary Lewis.
There's a flag in the backfield. Illegal man downfield against the Huskies.
Play is going to be negated by an illegal man downfield penalty against the Huskies. You know, Isaac, when those plays go along for so long, those linemen have a really tough time holding their blocks for such a long time. Such an immensely hard position to play. So when you see a play break down like that, often you'll see them go down the field looking for more people to block after the first block is shed. Especially there, we see Peyton Poe take off with it. Lyman saw Poe starting to run and started running down the field to go block for him. However, until he crosses the line of scrimmage, it's still an active passing play, and you cannot have Lyman more than 3 yards down the field.
Yeah, that's more of a challenge here for these linemen, not knowing where Poe is going to scramble to next, trying to keep himself safe.
Snap fumbled, but recovered. Nice recovery by number 13, Peyton Poe. Draw up the middle by Mo Parsons. But a 15-yard gain, good enough for another Husky first down. Peyton Poe lines up in the shotgun, takes a snap. Throws short to number 11, Mo Parsons.
Mo Parsons, as seen, swinging out to the left side for a short dump pass.
Actually going to be ruled incomplete on the pass as he caught it while falling to the ground, not able to hold on to it. Actually beneficial for Hamilton there as he was behind the line of scrimmage when he attempted to catch that ball. Would have been a loss of yardage if the pass was complete. Hamilton's going to go for it on 4th and 3 from the 45-yard line.
Let's see if this will pay off here. Seems to be a blitz by Tolleson.
Poe, not phased, throws deep. Pass is going to be broken up by Tolleson on the play. It will be a turnover on downs. However, there's a flag on the play. Hamilton's not leaving the field. It looks as if Poe was hit late on that play. Might be a roughing the passer call on Tolleson, which would grant Hamilton 15 yards and a first down. Which would be very beneficial, especially after failing to convert on 4th down there. Will keep the drive alive for Hamilton.
Roughing the passer against the Wolverines. 15-yard penalty, first down for the Huskies in Wolverine territory.
Penalty will take effect for Hamilton, granting them a first down on Tolleson's 40-yard line. Tolleson blitzes again. Quarterback number 22, Sebastian Dorman, fires through the line against the blitz and sneaks through for about a 20-yard gain. Flag on the play near the line of scrimmage. Most likely be a holding against Hamilton. It will be a holding. We'll take Hamilton back 10 yards, put him around the 50-yard line for a 2nd and 20. Sorry, 1st and 20, actually, I believe. Huge break there for Tolleson after Hamilton gets a lucky conversion off a penalty. They throw it right back at him, forcing them to go for a 1st and 20 from the 50-yard line.
Hamilton set in spread formation. Throws it deep down the middle.
Wow, very acrobatic catch. Number 22, Brendan Rice. Haven't seen a lot out of him yet. Makes a big, impactful statement there. Actually, that catch is going to be by number 9, Zachary Lewis. It's going to be good enough for a Husky first down. As Poe takes the snap, receiver in motion. Shanks takes the ball, running right. It's tackled out of bounds after about a 6-yard gain.
Shanks is hit by Andre Johnson.
Tackle by number 10, Andre Johnson of Tolleson. Two-way player for Tolleson, making statements on both sides of the ball so far today.
Hamilton seems to be creeping their way into the red zone. Shotgun formation and a halfback draw up the middle.
Sebastian Dorman puts the jukes on him, for another Hamilton touchdown. His second of the night. Going to be a 15-yard run there. We're seeing great things out of this junior running back, Hamilton. Number 22, Sebastian Dorman. Very physical and fast runner. Especially with the great O-line Hamilton has. Really making us look good out there. Extra point by number Daniel Barsky is good. Kicked all the way into the parking lot of Hamilton. We see that incredible leg out of number 2 kicker in the nation.
Husky fans, let's put our focus on the cheerleaders as they've been preparing this week for their performance.
Hamilton takes the field, looking to kick off to Tolleson. About 8 minutes and 53 seconds left in the first half of the game. Your score is Hamilton 21, Tolleson 0. And boom goes the kick by number 98, Daniel Barsky. Into the end zone will be a touchback for Tolleson. They'll start their drive at the 20-yard line.
And again, a special thanks to the future.
They're going to look to put some points on the board here for the end of the half. About 8 minutes and 53 seconds left. Down by 3 scores at the moment, hoping to tighten that gap a little bit. Number 2, Corey Barnes passes out right to receiver number 10, Andre Johnson for Tolleson. About a 25-yard gain there for Tolleson. Tackle is made by number 42, Ian Vandenbrooks. Looking strong in his first start as a Husky. Several tackles on the night for him already. Still in the first half. Quarterback number 2, Corey Barnes, rolls out right. Finds a very small hole in the defense to throw into. Pass will be completed. About 11 yards will be good enough for a Tolleson first down.
Tolleson still seems to be favoring that rollout position out to the left side.
Yeah, we haven't seen them throw a lot out of the pocket tonight. Quarterback seems to be very mobile, wants to be on the run, moving at all times if possible.
Still haven't seen much of him lining up underneath the center. Still favoring shotgun. Halfback draw up the middle as he cuts back out to the outside. Good enough for a couple yards. Still short of a first down.
Run on the play by number 25, Arnell Christen. So we see him fight through a couple tackles, pick up about 8 yards for Tolleson. However, there is a flag on the play. Tolleson seems to be walking back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a holding call.
Personal foul face mask against the Huskies. It'll be 15 yards, put the Wolverines into Hamilton territory.
Nice turnout for Hamilton's student section. Stands are absolutely packed here tonight, something we haven't seen in the last couple years for Hamilton. We see a line going across the main corridor of the stadium. Quarterback number 2, Corey Bournes, rolls out left. Pass completed to number 10, Andre Johnson. We've seen him make 3 consecutive receptions now for Tolleson.
Wrapped up by 25 of the Huskies, Herman Polly.
It's going to be good enough for a Tolleson first down. Have an injured Husky on the field. Injured player is going to be number 24, Dustin Smith. Would be a heartbreaking loss for this Hamilton defense with enough roster change as it is. A great player and great teammate for Hamilton. We hope it's nothing too serious and he gets back on the field as soon as possible. As the medical staff tenders to our injured Husky, take a look at new principal for Hamilton, Mr. Michael De La Torre.
So I will be actually not be there. That's the bad part for me. I've got a senior at another school that I've got to go visit on Friday night. So the rest of our administrative team is going to be there working. I've got a chance to come out and watch football all summer long, passing league tournaments and practices and that kind of stuff. And they are definitely poised and ready to go for the season. I'm sure they're excited for the first game, as everybody should be.
Play resumes for Tolleson. Injured player number 24, Dustin Smith, helped off the field by his teammates. Love to see that camaraderie out of the Huskies. Tackle on that play is going to be made by number 72, Christian Portillo. Another last-second roster change starting at defensive tackle for Hamilton. Sharing jobs with number 54, James Honer, and number 98, Donovan Korn. On a defensive tackle rotation after starter number 91, Noah Miller, suffered a serious injury in the second game of the year against Highland. Wrap up for a loss by number 43, Ryan Guerrero.
Ryan Guerrero immediately there, assisted by Donovan Korn.
Ryan Guerrero is assisted on that play by number 98, Donovan Korn. Very impactful statement made by the Hamilton defensive front. We 2nd and 13 from the 21-yard line. About 6 minutes left in the first half of the game here.
Seems to be a rollout thrown to a wide open Tolleson receiver.
There seemed to be a miscommunication on the play there. Number 2, Corey Barnes, rolls out right, makes an incredible throw off his back foot to a wide open receiver for Tolleson. Big surprise to find number 10, Andre Johnson, on the receiving side of that pass. Been lighting up the stats on both sides of the field tonight for Tolleson. There was a flag on the play, however, it was against the Huskies, so it will be declined. So Tolleson's first touchdown of the night will be good. Tolleson lines up for the PAT, trying the popular high school strategy, having all the linemen off to the side to start the play. They run into position. They do that because at that moment they can snap the ball right there. And we see, I saw Hamilton do it last year actually with all that wall of blockers there. All they need is one receiver to step back, catch a little screen pass, and he can almost walk his way into the end zone. Very tough play to stop on special teams.
Tomorrow's extra point is good with 6:05 left.
Extra point will be good. Score will be Hamilton 21, Tolleson 7. About 6 minutes left in the first half. Tolleson brings it into a 2-score game now, hoping to not let Hamilton score before the end of the half as Hamilton will receive the kickoff to start the second half.
Tolleson seems to chop down their lead to only 2 touchdowns. Hopefully they seem to get the ball back by the end of the first half to score another time.
Yeah, I'm sure this Tolleson defense is dying to get that ball back in the hands of their offense to try and chop away at this lead a little bit before the half. Little break, we'd like to thank one of our sponsors, Chris Logan's Call Video, holding down the fort back in Norfolk, Nebraska.
15-yard penalty enforced on the kickoff.
Maybe about 6 minutes left in this first half. The kickoff is going to take place from the Hamilton 45. After the penalty on the touchdown will be not enforced on that. Since it was against Hamilton, they tack it on to the kickoff.
Again, special thanks to the Hamilton.
Kick's going to go into the end zone. It'll be a touchback for Hamilton. Penalty doesn't really affect them. We'll start the drive from their 20-yard line as they look to regain that 3-score lead on this drive going into the half.
As seen here, Peyton Poe lined up in shotgun position with the halfback motioning out to the left side. There seems to be a Tolleson blitz, leaving number 2 wide open as a receiver caught.
Brendan Rice on the reception dances around trying to gain a couple extra yards for Hamilton. However, help from Tolleson's defense comes and brings them down. It'll be a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5 from Hamilton's 25-yard line.
Seem to inch their way forward to the first down marker. That will be halfback draw off the left side.
Hit very hard there. The carry by Mo Parson.
Number 6, Isaiah Blanco is right there for the tackle.
That hit's going to be by number 6, Isaiah Blanco. Almost sending a message to the Hamilton offense.
Spotted right on the 30-yard line. First down Huskies at the 30.
Gonna be a 1st and 10 for the Huskies from the 30-yard line. About 5 minutes left in the half. Poe dumps it short to receiver number 2, Brendan Rice, for about a 6-yard gain.
44, Sam Windegaard.
Here in the stands, we can see cheerleaders handing out little fans for the stands. Perhaps we'll see an interactive performance from the stands during the halftime show for the cheerleaders. It's going to be 3rd and 4 from the 36 for Hamilton. About 4 minutes and 22 seconds left in the first half. Hamilton really taking their drive on this time, or taking their time on this drive, sorry.
Seems to be a bit of a blitz by Tolleson.
Very smart football IQ play there by quarterback Peyton Poe as he's nearly wrapped up by 3 Tolleson defenders in the backfield. Barely gets the ball off, throwing it away out of bounds to avoid the loss in the play. See, and there's where we see the differences between quarterback number 13, Peyton Poe, and prior starter quarterback number 8, Brandon Shanks. From there, we'd most likely see Shanks take off and try to run with the ball. Punt's going to be blocked. Obarski's punt blocked on the play. Huge break for Hamilton or Tolleson here. They take over on Hamilton's half of the field with 4 minutes left in the half. Should be plenty of time for them to drive the short length of the field and put up a score.
First and 10 Wolverines in Husky territory at the 44-yard line.
Tolleson staying out in shotgun position.
They're going to start their drive from the 44-yard line. Play action. Our first throw we've seen inside the pocket for quarterback number 2, Corey Barnes of Tolleson. Going to be incomplete. Tolleson remains in the shotgun. Be 2nd and 10 from the 44-yard line. Exactly 4 minutes left in the second quarter. Handoff up the middle to number 25, Arnell Christen. Stuffed immediately by Hamilton defenders, number 43, Ryan Guerrero, and defensive tackle number 99, Donovan Korn. Very aggressive stuff on the play there by Hamilton. Loss of about half a yard. Be about 3rd and 10 for Tolleson as they look to convert and put up a score before the end of the half. However, about 3 minutes, 20 seconds left in the half of the clock running. Tolleson not seeming to be phased by the shortening amount of time. All-out blitz by Hamilton. Wrapped up for a huge loss on the play. Tackle by number 21, Jeremiah Trojan.
Finishes it off.
Huge message sent by the Hamilton defense there. Will be about 4th and 27 for Tolleson as they'll punt. About 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in the half. See a change in punt returner, number 9, Zachary Lewis fields the punt for no gain.
Lewis stopped immediately by number 3, one of the captains, Javier Real.
Tackle on the play by number 3, Javier Real of Tolleson.
Nice play by the Wolverine special teams. Huskies have it, 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Hamilton set in shotgun formation with a halfback draw up the middle.
Hamilton looks as if they're just going to run off the clock, go into halftime with a 2-score lead, and with the ball to start the second half.
Dorman stopped by Brandon Thomas. Dorman picks up 5 yards. 2nd and 5 for the Huskies.
Be 2nd and 5 from the 30-yard line. Peyton Poe rolls out right. Find receiver number 8, Brandon Shanks, for about a 10-yard gain. Good enough for a Husky first down.
Excuse me, Peyton Poe finds Brandon Shanks. Shanks, a week 1 starter here at quarterback. They pick up the first down.
In the backfield, we see number 22, junior Sebastian Dorman, already with 2 touchdowns on the night. Really having his way with this Tolleson defense. Number 9 in motion for Hamilton. Throw deep over the middle.
Flag on the play.
Pass attempt to Brandon Shanks, incomplete. However, there was quite a bit of hand fighting on that play. And we see that flag fly immediately from the ref.
Pass interference is
Looks like it's going to be a defensive pass interference. It'll be a 15-yard penalty and a first down for Hamilton.
a 15-yard penalty in high school. We'll put it into Wolverines territory, 1st and 10 at the 47.
Hamilton lined up in shotgun formation with a halfback set. Tolleson blitz. And they get to the Hamilton halfback.
It's going to stop the clock. Actually, we'll keep the clock running with about 1:30 left in the second quarter. Loss of about 5 on the play.
Seems to be a bit of a blitz here by Tolleson with a linebacker creeping up.
Receiver for Hamilton was open, but quarterback Peyton Poe is hit as he throws. Pass falls incomplete. Going to be a 2nd and 16 for Hamilton from the 48-yard line. Just barely over a minute left in the first half. Both teams seem content just to go into half. The current score. Neither team using any timeouts here in the last 2 seconds of the half.
3rd down, 16.
Long delay before the play. Lineman finally gets set. Peyton Poe alone in the backfield. Tolleson defense jumps off sides. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty, making it 3rd and 9 for Hamilton. Ball will be placed at the 47-yard line. You know, with a minute left, 1 or 2 quick out routes, and we're in range for Daniel Obarski field goal. Looks almost as if that's what they're attempting to do. Pass on the play is going to be intercepted. Number 10, Andre Johnson for Tolleson on the interception. His first defensive reception of the night, having several offensive receptions already, and the only Tolleson touchdown.
So if you're a coach for Tolleson, are you going to be content here with this minute left and try to score, or are you just going to wait the clock out?
You know, from a coaching perspective, with just 54 seconds left, they do have all 3 timeouts. However, they really haven't been able to command the field offensively so far tonight. So you'd expect them just to run the clock out and try to regroup for a second half. Number 2, Corey Barnes is going to roll out right. Find receiver number 10, Andre Johnson, interception. About 17 yards on the catch. Looks as though they're going to try and put up a score before half.
Orange pass complete. Gabriel Armento and Jamar Brown on the tackle.
Reception on that play by number 10, Andre Johnson. Seems like we can't say his name enough tonight. Just being an absolute stud on both sides of the ball. Having a pick, and then the first play after the pick, catching a reception for a huge first down for Tolleson.
Armenta pushes out Kristen. There's a flag on the play.
Short run left by running back number 25, Arnell Kristen. However, there's a flag on the play. Tolleson will take the ball. The 5-yard penalty against the Huskies will be 1st and 5 from the 41-yard line. Be a toss left by Tolleson. Reverse attempt dropped. Be a live ball in the backfield, recovered by number 99, Donovan Korn of Hamilton. You know, with this turn of events, Hamilton's going to take over the ball at about the 35-yard line here. And with Obarski being number 2 kicker in the nation, with an incredible range on him, just 1 or 2 short passes could be a potential field goal attempt for here. Ball will be on the 37-yard line. We see Obarski getting ready on the sideline for a potential half-ending kick.
Peyton Poe is in shotgun position by himself.
O-line there for Hamilton, giving Poe more than the time he needs. Reception on the play by number 2, Brendan Rice, refuses to go down, fighting through multiple Tolleson tackles before a swarm of Tolleson defenders finally bring him down about the 14-yard line or so. Quarterback Peyton Poe is going to spike the ball with just 1 timeout for Hamilton. They're going to try and conserve that timeout to use to get their special teams unit out in the field if needed. Going to be 14 seconds left in the half here for Hamilton. Ball's on the 16-yard line. Pass attempt by Peyton Poe to receiver number 2, Brendan Rice, will be good for a Husky touchdown. Leaving just 7 seconds left on the clock. We expected potential kick from kicker number 98, Daniel Obarski. Hamilton not satisfied with that. However, he will get his try for a PAT attempt. Tolleson gets a sharp rush off the edge, but not fast enough to stop kick by number 98, Daniel Obarski. This is good. Your score will be 28 Hamilton and 7 Tolleson. Just 7 seconds left in the half. Likely to see the kickoff and 1 play from scrimmage by Tolleson, as the kickoff does not affect the clock.
Lubarski here set back to make the kick. That is a booming kick by Lubarski, set back to the end of the end zone on Tolleson's side.
All the way through the back of the end zone. Tolleson will take the ball to the 20-yard line. Will likely just sit on it here and go into the half.
Purchasing some beverages or some food, some kettle corn down at the north end zone.
Tolleson hands the ball off, running back number 25, Arnell Kristen, hoping for a big run to end the quarter with. Picks up about 20 on the play. Sorry, 15 on the play will not be good enough as clock runs out. That is the end of the first half for Hamilton. As the players exit the field, we'll take a look back at our story on new principal, Mr. Michael De La Torre.
So this is, this will be the 5th school. So this will be the 20th year, starting the 20th year in 5 different schools that I was at. You know, the biggest difference is just the numbers of people in general. So number of students comes more teachers, comes more programs, and a lot of things like that I get to learn about and get involved in and that kind of stuff, and which makes it exciting. You get to see more students involved in a variety of things, and I would say that, you know, Hamilton offers so many different things, you know, I guess compared to that situation, so that students do have a lot of things to get involved in. I enjoy most being out and seeing students. So you'll see me walk through classrooms quite a bit. So that's one way that I try to be seen out there. I enjoy seeing really good instruction from teachers, and so being able to visit classrooms on a daily basis.
The Husky Pride Marching Band is under the direction of Mr. J. Allen.
Hamilton High School Marching Band takes the field. Look to see their second performance of the year.
This evening's halftime performance.
Also joining them will be Hamilton Orchestra.
Show, West Side Story.
Will be a performance of West Side Story.
The band is under the field direction of Melina Chaboya, Avantika Midbander, and Patrick Phillips. Drum majors, is your band ready? Husky Pride Marching Band, you may take the field for your performance.
I've only got one person to me. I've only had that someone say this to me once. My sister, she goes to the school. She was one of the ponies that was dancing down there with the white flags. Which pony? Which pony? Yeah, which one? We're like, she's one of those girls in that group. I think she's like the same. One of those girls named Caroline. In the front. She's my grandma. Where's your best friend? It's your Yeah, go ahead. No, I'm not. Come on. She like no, that's like sort of the closest one to the fence on the left. That's my sister. Oh well, the girl in the striped shirt's pretty good. Can I see what's striped shirt? Is that a heart or that should be a heart. That's the hardest pretzel. I never met that. I don't even care. What lunch is that at? And that's what lunch both of my electives and it's in period.
There they are, ladies and gentlemen, the Husky Pride Marching Band. Tonight, the Husky Pride welcomes the band students from Bogle Junior High and Santan Junior High Schools. The Bogle Junior High Band is under the direction of Mrs. Vanjie Fisk. The Santan Junior High Band is under the direction of Mr. Michael Hancock. Tonight, the combined bands will be playing Land of 1,000 Dances and Hey Baby.
Go Dax! Come on, Dax, you got this.
another hand to the students from Bogle Junior High and Santan Junior High School. Hey, junior high students, we look forward to seeing you next year in the Husky Pride Marching Band uniform. Every week, the Husky Pride Marching Band recognizes one student who has demonstrated a high level of intensity and marching precision. Our Marcher of the Week is Tyler Thornton from our trombone section. Congratulations, Tyler. You may have noticed our expanded color guard this week as several members of the band elected to spin flags during part of the show. Let's give a shout out to the band flag spinning section as a section of the week. Way to pull it off, band color guard. We're proud of you. The Husky Pride Marching Band would like to thank the administration of Hamilton High School and all of the stupendous band parents and boosters who help us achieve success every single day. And of course, we'd like to thank our sponsors, Barrel's Pizza, Corey Unger Real Estate, and Menchie's Frozen Yogurt. You can watch the Husky Pride Marching Band next week at Mountain Point High School for our next pregame show on Friday, September 14th. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen.
Scoring recap from the first half. Hamilton got on the board first with 8:21 left in the first quarter as Peyton Poe found Lewis for 5 yards, touchdown pass. 2 minutes later, Dorman rushed it in from 3 yards out, and then Dorman made it 21-0 with a 22-yard touchdown run. Wolverines got on the board with a 24-yard pass, Barnes to Andre Johnson. And then as the first half came to an end, Peyton Poe to Brendan Rice for 14 yards, and that's where we are right now. Hamilton Huskies 28, Tolleson Wolverines 7.
As we go back to our story with Principal De La Torre.
Generally try to take one holiday of the year and spend some time walking through all those classrooms and seeing what's going on. I always pick a lunch to go out there and hang around for at least one of the lunches and help just see what's going on around the lunch period and see what students are doing and keeping an eye on what things are going on out there. And then I enjoy going to activities and events that are going on. So whether it be events or you know, the events that activities put on, like a student council or a lean crew, or an NHS or any of our clubs and activities. And then athletics, I like watching kids compete too. So that's a fun part for me to part. So hopefully that I am seeing. I don't know if that's the desired effect. I just know that I enjoy doing those things, and I think, at least in my experience, that I think it lends well to me being recognizable on campus. I think the things that schools have done in general are beginning to scratch the surface of what provides school safety. In particular, high school campuses are really tough to keep, you know, all the things you need to do for school safety. When you talk about, you know, trying to provide flexibility for students to move around the buildings to get to certain places and having so many entrances and exits, security is a tough part of it. So, number one, having enough security staff and posted and where they're at and things like that. I can speak in terms of things at least we've done on this campus and transitioning the year. I feel like provide a solid level of security with things where you have eyes around looking at things and tracking things down. It does help the facility of our campus a little bit because you do have kind of that small, or not that small, but the mall school type of feel as compared to maybe open buildings and gates and all that kind of stuff where they're more open and things going on. So I don't know that we've arrived at the end goal of where school safety needs to be at, but I think we're making very good progress towards it.
The Huskies taking the field, warming up for their second half of football, starting in less than 2 minutes. For those of you tuning in, the score is 28-7, Huskies winning.
That's my sister. No, stop, dude, stop. I need
Daniel Lubarski out on the field practicing some punts. He's ranked number 2 in the nation. He's an overall great athlete, plays in multiple sports, hockey, football, and of course soccer. Hamilton seems to be going back to their sidelines, as long as with Tolleson. As Hamilton leads the score, they continue their dominance over Tolleson, 28-7. They will hopefully continue throughout the second half of football.
My dad can hit like golf balls.
Hamilton seems to be taking the field as returning the ball. Tolleson up for the kick. Tolleson kicker angling the football, ready for a kickoff. And we are underway of the second half of football for Hamilton versus Tolleson. Seems to be
Kickoff attempt reverse on the play. Going to be fumbled. It looks to be recovered by Tolleson.
Fumbles picked up by number 6, John Brown. Huskies trying a little razzle dazzle.
Opening play of the second half is going to be a turnover by Hamilton. They receive the opening kickoff. However, their offense will not be able to take the field. Tolleson will start their drive already in the red zone, the 18-yard line. Incredible momentum switch so far. Hopefully, Tolleson will try to capitalize on the new momentum.
Seemed to be a failed trick play by Hamilton's receiving team as they fumbled the ball on the ground. Seems to be a halfback sweep off to the right side, in which Tolleson will score.
Right on that play is by number 10, Andre Johnson. You know, we're seeing first defensive play of the half. We saw, you know, not as many big injuries, but there are several injuries. And talking to the players at half, star DB and punt returner, number 3, Javin Wright, is out. Number 24, Dylan Smith, is out with a concussion. We saw him earlier take a huge hit in the end zone. We hope they feel better. There's already several players missing on the Hamilton defensive line. So Hamilton's really going to have to try and piece this together. PAT attempt, they go for the trick play, as we mentioned earlier. However, the pass is dropped. PAT attempt will be no good.
The score will be 28-13, Hamilton leading.
Just a mere 13 seconds ticked off the clock. All it took for Tolleson to score. Brought it just within a 2-score lead if they're able to convert some 2-point conversions. Sideline warnings issued to Hamilton. Players getting too close to the field. Hard to see it from the cameras, but down on the field there are several lines just outside of the sidelines, not in the official field of play. And those lines all represent something. There's lines you can't cross as a player, and then there's another line you can't cross as a coach. And then there's certain you have to leave a lane for the refs. So the referees are running up and down that sideline. They get really nervous when they have players in their way running blindly down the sideline. So they're really strict on enforcing the sideline rules.
Tolleson seems to be setting up the kick.
It's going to be a high short kick for Tolleson. See that strategy more and more in the high school level. Kicking it short and high, allowing their defense to get down there.
Pooch kick on the play is grabbed by number 28 of the Huskies.
Goal on that kind of kick is to get your defense down there to cover without giving them a chance to return the kick for much yardage. We see worked out pretty well for them there, allowing just 4 or 5 yards on the return. However, on the return there was a penalty believed to be against Hamilton. Number 41, Drew Fritz. Actually will be against Tolleson. Little altercation between number 41, Drew Fritz, and Tolleson, kickoff team member. Call will be against Tolleson. Will be 15 yards, first down, and Hamilton will start the drive from the 43-yard line with 11 minutes and 42 seconds.
Shotgun halfback read up the middle to Mo Parson, which is good enough for a first down.
You know, Isaac, we've seen that running game just absolutely dominate for Hamilton tonight, and especially with this lead and the recent changes to the defensive lineup, you'd expect them to go with that because A, because it's working, and B, because it continues to shave time off that clock. Be a rollout pass by quarterback number 13, Peyton Poe, caught by number 8, Brandon Shanks. Maybe about a 15-yard reception, good enough for a Husky first down.
16 yards on the completion. Actually, 14
It seems to me, Colin, that Hamilton's challenge this year is trying to keep their players more than healthy and available at ready use.
Yeah, it's a thing, especially in Arizona. We see so much, heat stroke and heat-related illnesses. It's hard to keep them healthy just from that alone, keeping them hydrated and not overworked in the hot sun, especially, temperatures in practice around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's not very fun out there, especially with a matte black heat box around your head. See players get overheated very, very often, so it's hard enough to keep that aspect of health in line. And then you have to also contend with the physical injuries that happen on the field.
Seems to be a bit of a blitz by Tolleson, leaving an open Hamilton receiver.
It's going to be number 16, Caden Hattendorf. Seems to be a miscommunication on the defense there, as Hattendorf was uncovered, not a receiver within 5 or so yards of him. It's going to put the ball on the 6-yard line for Hamilton, and will be first and goal.
First and goal at the 6 for the Huskies.
Hamilton ready to poise for a touchdown at first and goal.
Lewis goes up the middle.
Inside run by running back number 9, Zachary Lewis, stuffed just past the line of scrimmage, about 2-yard gain. Will be 2nd and 4 from the 4-yard line, or 2nd and goal. Sorry.
2nd and goal from the 4.
Handoff to number 22, Sebastian Dorman, as he storms into the end zone for his 3rd touchdown of the night.
26, Justin Lewis that checked in. Senior running back of the Huskies. It's a rushing touchdown for Hamilton.
Looks like there was a late sub for Hamilton. Run on that play was actually by number 27, Jalen Lewis. His 2nd touchdown of the night. Daniel Barsky lines up for the PAT. And we have a flag on the play. It's going to be an offsides against Tolleson. Will move the ball a whopping 2 yards closer to the end zone. And it looks as if Hamilton's going to attempt to go for it with this new small change in field position. However, this close to the end zone, that 4-yard difference and a 2-yard difference is a huge advantage. 2 yards, they're going to test their luck here to try and go up.
Barsky comes off the field. The Huskies bring their offense on.
Hamilton testing their luck here with a rollout to the quarterback. And the extra 2-point conversion will be no good with a dropped pass.
Score is going to be Hamilton 34, Tolleson 13, with 9 minutes and 48 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. And boom goes the kick from the leg of number 98, Daniel Obarski. Some aggressive downfield blocking by Tolleson on that play. However, the kick goes out of bounds just before the goal line. Will be a penalty against Hamilton. It's going to put the ball at the 30-yard line. Correction, the ball's going to be placed at the 35-yard line. Tolleson will start their drive. 1st and 10. Quarterback number 2, Corey Barnes in the backfield. Rolls right, looks deep. Near interception on the play. Just too far out of bounds for him to make the catch and remain in bounds. It's going to make it 2nd and 10 from the 35-yard line. Tolleson in a single back formation or I formation. Hand up the middle to number 25, Arnell Christensen. Takes it for about 10 yards.
Christensen takes it up the middle and Trevor Brown on the tackle.
Referee's going to rule that just enough for a 1st down for Tolleson. Going to be a wide receiver bubble screen right. To number 10, Andre Johnson. Good for about a 4-yard gain.
Tackle on the play by James Honor. 3 yards on the gain.
Tackle on the play made by number 54, James Honer. Fill in for an injured Husky defensive lineman, doing an outstanding job so far tonight. Tolleson in the I formation. Another hand up the middle to Arnell Christensen. Stop just at the line of scrimmage.
Comes from the outside, makes a tackle. No gain on the play.
Junior linebacker number 21, Jeremiah Trojan, comes in to stuff that run right at the line of scrimmage. A very athletic pass breakup on the play by Hamilton defensive back, number 21, Jalen Brown.
Last minute adjustment for Tulsa lineup in their offensive lineman. Good snap for the punter and a high booming kick. And it is waved off.
Number 9, Zachary Lewis, makes a 2nd attempt at punt returning. After big stud defensive back and punt returning number 3, Javin Wright, is out with an unknown injury.
1st and 10 Huskies at the 23-yard line.
Tolson's going to blitz on the play. It's going to be a sweep right. As he cuts around for a gain of about 3 or 4 yards.
Xavier Velasco and Antonio Boone on the tackle for the Wolverines.
Shotgun formation, and it is a drop back pass to number 2, Brendan Rice.
Brendan Rice. Rice goes out of bounds. Just short of the first down. It's going to be 3rd and short for the Huskies.
He's going to put the ball at about the 32-yard line for 3rd and short. Quick pass out right to receiver number 2, Brendan Rice. He stiff arms the Tolleson defender and falls forward for a Husky first down. Hear the marching band trying to get the fans riled up. Always here showing their support for their Hamilton Husky football team. Number 11, Mo Parson on the carry, taken down aggressively.
Stopped by stopped by number 33, A.J. Walker, assisted by John Brown, number 6.
Tackle on that play is going to be by number 33, A.J. Walker, and number 6, John Brown. High pass from Peyton Poe. Receiver number 9, Zachary Lewis, able to bring it in.
Antonio Boone wraps him up quickly, actually for a loss.
Ends up losing yardage on the play. Will be 3rd and 9 from the 39-yard line. Huge completion to number 8, Brandon Shanks on that play. 3rd and long, able to convert for a Husky first down. On that play, I believe we saw a defensive miscommunication. Huskies were lined up in a bunch formation with 3 receivers out right and only 2 defenders over in the area to cover. Peyton Poe able to find Brandon Shanks slipping free down the field.
Will be a halfback sweep to the left side and will be cut back by Sebastian Dorman.
Here's a flag on the play. Sebastian Dorman gets the first down.
Flag on the play. Hamilton seems to be walking back as if it's a holding. And it will be holding against the Huskies. Going to turn that positive first down play for Hamilton to a 10-yard loss and a repeat of first down.
Only spotted a foul penalty in high school, backs him way up.
It's going to put the ball at the 36-yard line for Hamilton for a 1st and 20. Poe alone in the backfield, takes a snap. Dumps out short to receiver number 9, Zachary Lewis. Gives some great displays of athleticism out in the field, carving around that Tolleson defense. Cut away at that 1st and 20. Sorry, 1st and 25, sorry. It's going to put the ball at the 46-yard line for Hamilton. It's going to make it a 2nd and 8 attempt. Hand up the middle to Mo Parson. Stop just past the line of scrimmage. Gonna make it 3rd and 7 for Hamilton here, the 45-yard line. About 4 minutes and 20 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Your score: Hamilton 34, Tolleson 13. Peyton Poe hitting the arm as he threw that one. Ball dangerously soars high in the air. Luckily falls short of a Tolleson defender. To that incomplete pass, going to be 4th and 7 for Hamilton. We're going to see our first punt of the night. Long snapper number 37, Nathan Jones. Snap looks good. Daniel Barsky with a booming kick inside the 15. It's going to take it up to about the 25-yard line. Gets hit hard out of bounds. Pops right back up, though. You know, Isaac, at halftime I went down and talked to one of our injured original starting defensive tackle number 91, Noah Miller, asking him how the sidelines seem, how the morale seems on the sideline. He said everything seems great. In the first game or two we've seen the sidelines seem quiet. People aren't interested. There's been not a lot of team happening, more me guys. So it's great to hear that everyone's starting to come together as a team and rally on their team. Hamilton's going to start 1st and 10 from the 7-yard line. 3 minutes, 44 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Sorry, Tolleson will take the ball.
Pass out to Johnson. 54, James Elmer on the tackle after gain of 3.
Tackle on the play by number 54, James Honer.
Tolleson seems to be lining up in shotgun formation. With a drop back, he launches his out to the left side of the field with an incomplete pass surrounded by a swarm of Hamilton black jerseys. Incomplete pass will result in a 3rd down. There seems to be some substitutions made for the Tolleson sideline. Line up in shotgun formation with 2 back set. They move over to the left side, rolling out of the pocket, throwing over his shoulder. Out of bounds for an incomplete pass and a 4th down.
You know, Isaac, quarterback number 2, Corey Barnes, got very lucky there on that pass. Seemed to be throwing it away. However, 3 Hamilton defenders were within 2 or 3 yards of the ball. So we see him make another one of those difficult attempts throwing as a right-handed quarterback while running out to the left. Tolleson looks to punt from the 7-yard line. Punter standing in their own end zone. Luckily gets the punt off cleanly. It's going to take a Husky bounce. Ball will be down at the 29-yard line. Hamilton's going to start their drive from the 30-yard line with 2 minutes 43 seconds left in the third quarter.
It is a shotgun halfback draw up to the left side.
Number 22, Sebastian Dorman on the carry. He's had a huge night already. See him just tacking onto those rushing totals. Left tackle number 62, Jared Terry's helmet comes off. And according to AIA rules, he must exit the field of play for one snap. Number 60, Edgar Reyes, will fill in for him at left tackle.
Shotgun formation. Seems to be a pass to number 2, Brennan Rice, for a button hook.
Brennan Rice for Peyton Poe. A.G. Walker is assisted on the tackle by Antonio Boone. First down, Huskies.
It's going to be a first down for the Huskies as they look to take the ball with about 2 minutes left in the third quarter from the 19-yard line. Receiver number 8, Brendan Shanks in motion. Peyton Poe fumbles the snap, takes it on his own out left. Picks up about a yard or two. Peyton Poe on the throw. Completion about 12 or 13 yards. Good enough for a Husky first down. Touchdown on the play by number 22, Sebastian Dorman. His third touchdown of the night.
Everybody have your winning ticket out for the 50-50 raffle, as we call the number in just a moment. The pot was over $450 tonight.
Daniel Barsky on the PAT attempt. It is good. Another flawless snap from long snapper number 37, Nathan Jones, the heart and backbone of this Hamilton squad. Number 37, Nathan Jones, has been with the team for he's been on varsity for 3 years now. A great asset, just a very reliable long snapper. And he's actually referred to on the team and by friends as long snapper. People tend to forget his name and his greatness.
The first 3 numbers, 6, 9, 4. Don't be excited, they all start that way. 8032. Stand up if you want, come to the south end of the booth here and pick up your money, and thank you for supporting Hamilton Cheer. 694 8032. Go to the south end of the press box.
Daniel Barskin, a booming kick to the back of the end zone, will be a touchback for Tolleson. They'll start the drive from the 20-yard line with 48 seconds left in the third quarter. Your score is Hamilton 41, Tolleson 13.
Grab your late night munchies, you're probably hungry after watching the game. We'll save you a trip, you can just get them right here on your way out. $2 cheeseburgers, $3 Chick-fil-A's.
Tolleson takes a rare under center snap. Some confusion in the backfield as he laterals the ball to running back number 25, Arnell Christensen.
18, Jamar Brown on the tackle.
Tackle by number 18, Jamar Brown of Hamilton. Stops him after just about a yard gain. Will be 2nd and 9 from the 21-yard line. About 20 seconds left in this third quarter. We'll see if they can get a snap off before the end of that quarter. They have to hurry here if they want to get the snap off. Looks as though they're just going to take it into the fourth quarter. And indeed they will. That is the end of the third quarter. Your score, Hamilton Huskies 41, Tolleson Wolverines 13. While the players switch sides, we can see Coach Tuck talking to his O-line by the TV, showing them film from their past drive. Coach Tuck, a local firefighter in the city of Chandler, volunteers his time to help coach here at Hamilton. Is in the USC Hall of Fame as an offensive lineman and played several years in the NFL. Coach Tuck is a very large individual. Playing NFL for several years, he is very muscular and built. This allows for the team and the fans to refer to him and his O-line group as Tuck's Tanks. Tolleson will start play from the 21-yard line, 2nd and 9. Quarterback number 2, Corey Barnes, looks left. Wide receiver number 10, Andre Johnson, as he cuts back around the field. He wrapped up after about a 20-yard gain.
Barnes still in quarterback. He finds Andre Johnson. Johnson, an ASU commit for the Tolleson Wolverines. Picks up 21 on the completion. 1st and 10, Wolverines.
And we've seen number 10, Andre Johnson, has had just an incredible night tonight on both sides of the ball, with scoring both interceptions and touchdowns in the same game, something you don't see very often. He plans to stick with the maroon and gold as he's committed to ASU and will be playing there next year. Another rare under center snap for quarterback number 2, Corey Barnes.
Fumble on the play.
Appears there'll be a fumble on the play for about a 3-yard gain.
Was in there, may have forced the fumble.
Ball will be retained by Tolleson. Tackle credited to number 72, Christian Portillo. Christian Portillo started the season at O-line, but after the several injuries that were sustained on the Hamilton defensive front, has reverted back to his original position when he first came to Hamilton as a freshman as a D-lineman. Played D-line for about 3 years, and then switched to O-line for this season. So, trust me, he feels plenty comfortable back on that D-line. Run on the play by number 25, Arnell Kristen. Takes it for about 25 yards. Drew bounces it outside.
Forced out of bounds by Drew Fitz, one of the captains of the Huskies tonight. First down, Wolverines.
Tackle on that play by captain number 41, Drew Fritz. Drew Fritz, one of the 2 twin pairs on the team. Brother Ethan Fritz, number 64, plays D-line, along with the other set of identical twins. Have him beat there on the identical part. Number 26 and number 27, Justin and Jalen Lewis, respectively.
Barnes finds his fullback, number 37.
Number 37, Nicholas Landing,
Landing tackle by Isaiah
on the
Blanco.
swing route to the right. Almost saw a very huge collision there with number 6, Isaiah Blanco for Hamilton, speeding in to make the tackle. Luckily, they both slide into the ground and avoid a huge, dangerous collision.
Timeout Huskies. Their first of the second half.
Be timeout by Hamilton. So we see number 63, Robert Seats, junior D lineman, was ready to take his first snap. We'll have to wait for 30 seconds for the timeout. You can see now number 64, Ethan Fritz, is taking the field. Both playing defense, him and his brother. Pass number 2, Corey Barnes, intercepted on the play. Appears to be number 42, Ian Vandenbrooks. We'll have to check that.
82 on the interception. There was 54 that was back there putting pressure on Barnes, James Honor.
Number 54 rushes the passer, forces a off back foot throw. Intercepted by Hamilton DB, number 82, Dylan Moat.
Not too much going on that play. Couldn't catch it all, but
Hamilton will take over possession at the 20-yard line. Will be 1st and 10 with 9 minutes and 47 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Hamilton seems to be lining up in shotgun position with a halfback set. Will be a halfback draw up the middle, and he'll be stuffed for little gain.
17, Joshua Cochran is in quarterback for the Huskies.
Junior quarterback Joshua Cochran has entered. Seems as if number 13, Peyton Poe's night is over after an incredible performance out there. and his second start as a varsity Husky. Huge run by number 31, Janique Biggs, another junior running back. Huskies have subbed all their position players out, leaving in just the O-line. Quarterback number 17, Joshua Cochran, on the read, stumbles in the backfield. Able to fall forward, keeping it at just a 1 yard loss.
I think we've got all the ones I've seen play so far tonight. 78, Trevor Harvey. 77, Dylan McGinnis. 72, Rudy Lugo. 62, Jared Thomas. 56, Finley Leckley. 51, Ryan Casillas playing success.
We have pass right by quarterback number 17, Joshua Cochran. Good for about 7 yards. For a 2nd and 12, we'll make it 3rd and about 4. Give or take. About just over 8 minutes left in the 4th quarter. Your score, Hamilton 41, Tolleson 13.
Shotgun position for the Husky as he rolls out right to a dropped ball to the receiver.
Number 12, Guillermo Milk on the attempt reception. Pass is incomplete. Special teams players number 37, Nathan Jones, and number 98, Daniel Obarski enter the field. As the rest of their special team unit comes on, punt the ball. Booming kick by number 98, Daniel Obarski. Hung in the air for about 50 yards or so.
40-yard punt by Obarski. Taken out to
Return
37-yard line.
for about 10 yards or so, making about 40 net yards on the punt. Tolleson will take over 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line.
Tolleson lines up in I formation with a halfback give up the middle, which he'll get room to run, and he will be taken down, but not after a lengthy gain. Great run by Nicholas Rannon. They will line up in this same formation. And it will be a halfback give up to the outside as he cuts outside, puts a move on a defender, and runs to the sideline.
Run on that play was by number 25, Arnell Kristen. Special shout out to our fans watching.
You're not working in here. I just got off from work. Okay, we don't need you.
To our fans across the street watching at Ginger Monkey, loyal supporters of the Hamilton Husky football program.
Tackled by 71, Christian Portillo. Third and goal, Wolverines.
Tolleson's going to try to punch it in with just over 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Be third and goal from the 6-yard line.
As they line up in shotgun position with two halfbacks set, the Tolleson quarterback drops back for a halfback screen in which he will score, but there's a flag on the play.
We see an aggressive block in the end zone. It looks like a holding call, but seeing the Tolleson receiver took his block all the way to the ground, and after taking him to the ground, laid on top of him for a bit. So we might even see an unsportsmanlike conduct here. We'll see what the call is from the refs.
Timeout Huskies, that's their second of the second half.
Timeout in the field by Hamilton Huskies. We see one of our own Sydney Lott going out there. Sydney Lott, a member of the film program and also the sports med program, out there keeping our boys hydrated and healthy. About 6 minutes left in this fourth quarter. Hamilton up 41-13 over Tolleson. Nice for Hamilton to get some of the second string guys in and get some play time and exposure. From the way we've seen Hamilton injuries go so far this season, we might need just about all of them at this point. Glad to see them in there getting the experience they need. Tolleson's going to take the ball, third and goal from the 10-yard line. Exactly 6 minutes left in the game.
Seems to be a halfback toss up the outside, and it is a reverse by Tolleson with open field, and they will score. Great play by Tolleson with the halfback reverse for the receiver.
Carry on that play is going to be by, again, big shocker here, number 10, Andre Johnson. His third touchdown of the night, accounting for all 19 so well, except for the 2 extra points. He scored 3 touchdowns. He has 18 total points for his Tolleson Wolverines tonight. So far, Andre Johnson doubling his already high average of 9 points per game with 18 tonight. 3 touchdowns and an interception. About 5 minutes and 46 seconds left in the game here, as Tolleson looks to kick off after their score. Some of the starters for the Hamilton offense that were taken out earlier can still be seen on the special teams unit. For example, number 22, Sebastian Dorman, junior running back with 3 touchdowns on the night. Tolleson with a surprise onside kick. Luckily, team captain number 41, Drew Fritz, is always ready, sitting back there, able to get the ball out of bounds before recovered by the nearest Tolleson player, number 10, Andre Johnson. Now, Andre Johnson seems to have a nose for the ball tonight. Everywhere the ball goes for Tolleson, he seems to be right there in the action. Nearly recovering that onside kick there.
He's been a bit of a playmaker for Tolleson here, trying to keep them alive, even though the score is 41-20. Been making his presence here for Hamilton.
Quarterback number 17, Joshua Cochran, junior, still in for Hamilton. Takes it himself on the quarterback read. Gets just about back to the line of scrimmage. We 2nd and 10 from the 49-yard line for Hamilton.
Cochran keeps it himself.
Some offensive line substitutes. We can see number 50, Jacob Neer, junior, 5'11", 195. Also, you can still see our backup center, number 51, Ryan Castillo, doing an incredible job tonight, filling in for number 56, Finley Leckie.
And up to number 32, Daniel Beretta.
Run on that play by number 32, Daniel Beretta. Very fun kid to have in the locker room, team favorite. All of his teammates and just about everyone he knows seems to call him Paul Blart. He takes quite a similar resemblance to him. Run on that play is going to be number 31, Janique Biggs. He's tackled for about an 8-yard loss. Hamilton's punt team enters the field. About 4.5 minutes left in this game. Hamilton up 41-20 over Tolleson. Another flawless snap by long snapper number 37, Nathan Jones. Booming, absolutely booming kick by Obarski. A beautiful spiral and some incredible hang time on that punt. After seeing the way he's played tonight, there's really no room to question why he's the number 2 kicker in the nation.
It's safe to say that he's a reliable source for a good enough kick anywhere around the field.
Absolutely. Anything, in practice you can see him. He'll kick 50-plus, almost near 60-yard field goals off a tee in practice. So anything, in an in-game situation, it's a little bit different. I'd say anything from about 47, 48 yards and in should be an easy make for kicker number 98, Daniel Obarski. Great asset to have on the team. Pass on the play is going to fall incomplete. as quarterback number 2, Corey Barnes, rolls out left again. Just over 4 minutes left in the game. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 15-yard line for Tolleson.